My name is Sydney Lecker.
My name is Riley Pemberton, and we're here to interview some students and staff about the school safety at Lindbergh High School.
Welcome to Lindbergh. First, we decided to interview some students from Lindbergh and see how they feel about school safety.
I feel safe at school.
No, because in an auditorium, I feel like that's a very easy target for kids inside our school.
Yes, I do feel safer now with the fence up.
I don't really feel safe at school because of and I take precaution from the open campus.
I don't feel safe because there are always fights and I don't know what I'm supposed to do in those situations.
Thank you to some of our students who shared their opinions of school safety. Now we're taking it to the professional experience of Dr. Cochran.
And I am the principal of Lindbergh High School. There's lots of things that historically get mentioned. Violent video games, easy access to guns, students feeling emotionally, socially, broken families, whatever it is. I think probably all those things could be a factor in creating a scenario like this. Anybody, any visitor, any guest who comes to your school has to come through that one entrance point, and that there are layers of security set up at that entrance point. And so, in other words, think about what we have right now is that once the day starts, which is not something we were able to do a couple years ago, we are able to lock all the fences, lock all exterior doors, and anybody who comes onto our campus has to go into the attendance office after that point. Students are the number one first line of defense, in my opinion.
This graph shows the percentages of students who feel safe in different parts of the school.
I really feel that way. Take out all the bells and whistles, take out all the video cameras and all the security footage and everything. The number one thing that will keep our place safe is people. We need to make sure that we as a staff know our kids, are able to identify when someone needs help, and are able to get them the help that they need when that happens. The number one thing, and this just plays off what I just said, the number one thing that I do personally to try to make sure that I keep everyone safe is to make sure I know who the people are in this building. When I can look at a kid who I see who's really, really happy all the time, and then I notice a change in that kid and I say, so-and-so seems like they're really down this week. Maybe somebody needs to check on every day. I'd love to say every hour of every day, but there are times when they get called away. Sometimes they have to get called away for training.
This graph shows the amount of students killed and injured in school shootings in elementary, middle, high, and university.
But there's somebody here every single day, whether it be our SRO, Officer Gordon, whether it be our district security guys. We have Mr. Grotha, who sits up in the front in the booth, and then we have always one district security guard, but he is a district security guard, which means he is sometimes on our campus, but he's also sometimes at Dressel or Kennerly or Truman.
7% of students get into physical fights at school. 31% of students must be ready to defend themselves at all times.
And if Officer Gordon can't be here, usually Officer Kriska comes over and helps out. So there's always somebody. Our academic, are our kids doing enough to be prepared for life after high school? Even though I feel pretty confident that we do a good job in that area, I want to make sure we keep doing that. I think the easiest answer is probably preventing any kind of catastrophic event from impacting our school. Things to be worried about, which is school shootings, and understandably so. And I probably worry far more about individual students. Like sometimes I'm really worried about a student who goes off into the weekend when I can't do anything and when I don't have that oversight. And I'm just like, I really hope that kid comes back. My worry is as much about the individual as it is about the big event. Because the individual thing is probably more likely to happen than it is the big event. And no matter what you do, you can do everything under the sun, but you're still vulnerable. And that's the hardest conversation, I think, to have with people, is an admission that, but I don't want to lie to people, an admission that there's nothing you can do to 100% stop something like that from happening. It's just not. Yeah, sure it does. And I hate that because I love the open campus concept. It's great. I mean, I love the fact that for 22 years that I've worked in this building, that I can every now and then go walk outside on a nice day. I hate it when it's cold out, and that's when I'm begging for a closed campus, as much for my own comfort as it is for safety and security. But without question, a closed campus is a more secure campus. Again, it doesn't solve all problems because the research shows you a very high percentage of these types of events start from inside the building. The responses that we have developed in terms of intruder drills, those have been in coordination with law enforcement who have trained us and said, here's how you should respond to these types of things. So they've come in, they've met with teachers, and they've had full day trainings, and they've put them through how should you respond in these events. We have other things that we have in place that we know that we'll be able to, I mean, just having a police officer on campus, we have that connection with St. Louis County Police. And I'm very confident that if something were to happen here, they'd be in here within minutes. And I mean a small number of minutes, 2, 3,